Welcome to another video by Pragmatic Programming. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the Java set, hash set, linked hash set, sorted set, navigable set, and tree set. So if we take a look at the hierarchy of all of these, we can see that on top we have the collections interface, then we have the set interface. So the set interface extends the collection interface. Under the set interface, we have the sorted set interface and the navigable set interface. So these two interfaces are implemented by the tree set. Also we have the linked hash set and the hash set. So the linked hash set and hash set both implement the set interface. So let's start from the set interface. Set interface in Java is present in java.util package. It extends the collection interface. It represents the unordered set of elements which does not allow us to store duplicate items. We can store at most one null value in a set. Set is implemented by hash set, linked hash set, and tree set. So how to instantiate a set? So we can instantiate a set by taking the classes that are implementing the set interface. So here we have hash set, linked hash set, and tree set, and we can create objects of either of these classes and assign it to a variable of the set type. So the methods of set. The set interface includes all the methods of the collection interface. It's because collection is a super interface of set. Some of the commonly used methods of collection interface that's also available in set interface are add, which adds a specified element to the set, add all, which adds all the elements of the specified collection to the set, iterator, which returns an iterator that can be used to access elements of the set sequentially, the remove method, and the remove all method. So the remove method removes the specified element from the set, and remove all method removes all the elements from the set that is present in another specified set. So there are a few more methods. There are another 6 methods. Retain all. This retains all the elements in the set that are also present in another specified set. Next we have the clear method. The clear method removes all the elements from the set. We have the size method. This returns the length or the number of elements of the set. We also have the toArray method, which returns an array containing all the elements of the set. We have a contains method, which returns true if the set contains a specified element, and a contains all method. This returns true if the set contains all the elements of the specified collection. Lastly, we have a hash code method. So this hash code method returns a hash code value, which is the address of the element in the set. So set operations. So the Java set interface allows us to perform basic mathematical set operations like union, intersection, and subset. So union. So in order to get the union of two sets x and y, we use x.addAll. So we use this addAll method right here, and we pass in the second set in the brackets. Next we have the intersection method. So this intersection operation is used, how we do it is we get the intersection of two sets by using retain all. So this retain all method, again it works in the same way. You call it upon the x object and you call the retain all method, and in brackets you pass in the second set. Finally you have the subset operation. So this checks if x is a subset of y, and this can be done using contains all, the contains all method that was discussed earlier. Let's take a look at hash set. So the hash set class is an inherent implementation of the hash table data structure. The objects that we insert into the hash set do not guarantee to be inserted in the same order. The objects are inserted based on their hash code. This class also allows the insertion of null elements. So how to instantiate a hash set? So here we have the hash set object, and we assign it to a variable of type hash set. Here t means type of the object. It can be anything, integer, string, anything. So moving on, what are the methods of hash set? The hash set class provides various methods that allow us to perform various operations on the set. So what you should know is, since hash set is a direct implementation of the set interface, it contains the same methods of the set interface that we discussed previously. So there's no new methods. Linked hash set. So the linked hash set class represents the linked list implementation of the set interface. It extends the hash set class and implements the set interface. Like hash set, it also contains unique elements. It maintains the insertion order and permits null elements. So again, let me tell you, a linked hash set is very similar to a hash set. The difference is that this uses a doubly linked list to store data and retains the ordering of the element. So that's the important thing to know about linked hash set. It retains the order of the elements. So how to instantiate the linked hash set class? Again, it's the same way. You create an object by using the new keyword of linked hash set, and you assign it to a variable of type linked hash set. Again, T is the type of the object. So the methods of the linked hash set. The linked hash set class provides methods that allow us to perform various operations on the linked hash set. To insert elements to linked hash set, we can use the add and add all method. These were discussed previously for the set interface. Next, we have access linked hash set elements. We have hash next and next. So the hash next returns true if there is a next element in the linked hash set, and next returns the next element in the linked hash set. Next, to remove elements from the linked hash set, we have remove and remove all. So remove removes the specified element from the linked hash set, and remove all removes all the elements from the linked hash set. So set operations. Again, we have union of sets. To perform the union between two sets, we can use the add all method. Intersection of sets. To perform the intersection between two sets, we can use the retain all method. So it's the same as the previous discussion with hash set. It's the same set operations. Then we have difference of subsets. So to get the difference of sets, we can use remove all method, and to get the subset, to check whether X is a subset of Y, we can use the contains all method. So let me repeat that again. For union of sets, we use the add all method. For intersection of sets, we use the retain all method. For difference of sets, we use the remove all method, and subset, we use the contains all method. Linked hash set versus hash set. Both linked hash set and hash set implements the set interface. However, there exist some differences between them. So like I said before, the linked hash set maintains a linked list internally. Due to this, it maintains the insertion order of its elements. But in the hash set, it does not maintain any insertion order. Then the second thing is that the linked hash set class requires more storage than hash set. This is because linked hash set maintains linked lists internally. So again, linked list, if you have watched the video that I have created on lists, in that I have discussed linked list. So in a linked list, you get the pointer to the next element and the value. That's in a singly linked list. In a doubly linked list, we get the pointer to the value, the previous value, the value, and the pointer to the next value. So there are 3 values instead of 1. So there again, more storage will go for a linked hash set. And the performance of linked hash set is slower than hash set because linked lists are present in the linked hash set. So those are the 3 differences between linked hash set and hash set. Next, we come to the sorted interface. Sorted set interface. So sorted set is the alternate of set interface that provides a total ordering on all its elements. The elements of the sorted set are arranged in increasing or ascending order. The sorted set provides the additional methods that inhibit the natural ordering of the elements. So how to instantiate a sorted set interface? We simply create a new tree set. So now sorted set is an interface. So because of that, we cannot create an object of sorted set. Instead, we have to create an object of tree set. Tree set is the implementation of the sorted set. So new tree set, we have to create an object of tree set, and we have to assign it to a variable of type sorted set. Again, T is the type of object. So moving on, sorted set operations. The sorted set interface includes all the methods of the set interface. It's because set is a super interface of sorted set. Besides the methods included in the set interface, the sorted set interface also includes these methods. So first method is comparator. This returns a comparator that can be used to order the elements in the set. Next we have the first method. This returns the first element of the set, and we have the last method which returns the last element of the set. Next we have the head set element method. So in the head set method, this method returns all the elements of the set before the specified element. Next we have the tail set method. This returns all the elements of the set after the specified element, including the specified element. And next we have the subset method. So this returns all the elements between element 1 and element 2, including element 1. So next we have the navigable set interface. The navigable set interface of the Java collection framework provides the features to navigate among the set elements. It is considered as a type of sorted set. If you look at the hierarchy again, the navigable set interface extends the sorted set interface. So because of that, it is considered as a type of sorted set. So how to instantiate a navigable set interface? How to instantiate the navigable set interface? Here we create again. Navigable set is an interface, so we cannot create objects of navigable set. Instead, we use a tree set, which is a class that implements a navigable set. So we create an object of tree set, and we assign it to a variable of type navigable set. T is the type of the object. So methods of navigable set. The navigable set is considered as a type of sorted set. It is because navigable set extends the sorted set interface. Hence, all sorted set methods are also available in navigable set. However, some of the methods of sorted set, like head set, tail set, and subset, are defined differently in navigable set. So, in the navigable set interface, the head set method returns all the elements of a navigable set before the specified element, which is passed as an argument. And when it comes to the tail set method in navigable set, the tail set method returns all the elements of a navigable set after the specified value, which is passed as an argument, including the specified element. And finally, we get the subset method. The subset method returns all the elements between E1 and E2, including E1. So these three methods are defined differently in the navigable set interface. So moving on, methods for navigation. The navigable set provides various methods that can be used to navigate over its elements. So you get the descending set method. So this descending set method reverses the order of elements in a set. Next we have the descending iterator method. So this returns an iterator that can be used to iterate over a set in reverse order. So that's the importance of descending iterator method. Next we have the ceiling method. So this returns the lowest element among those elements that are greater than or equal to a specified element. Next we have the flow method. This returns the greatest element among those elements that are less than or equal to the specified element. Next we have the higher and the lower methods. So the higher method returns the lowest element among those elements that are greater than the specified element, and the lower method returns the greatest element among those elements that are less than the specified element. Finally, we have the poll first method. This returns and removes the first element from the set. Next, we have the poll last poll last method, which returns and removes the last element from the set. Finally, let's move on to tree set. So the tree set class uses a tree for storage. The ordering of the elements is manipulated by a set using their natural ordering, whether an explicit comparator is provided. This must be consistent with equals if it is to correctly implement the set interface. It can also be ordered by a comparator provided at the set creation time, depending on which constructor is used. So how to instantiate the tree set class? So since this is a class, we can simply create a variable of type tree set, and we can assign a new object of type tree set to this variable. Again, T is a type of object. So methods of tree set. The tree set class provides various methods that allows us to perform various operations on the set. These methods are the same as provided in the sorted set and navigable set interfaces. So there is no difference between those methods. It's the same as what we discussed before. So if we compare linked hash set and tree set, here are the major differences between linked hash set and tree set. The tree set class implements a sorted set interface. That's why elements in a tree set are sorted. However, in the linked hash set class, this only maintains the insertion order of its elements. So what that means is, now when you take tree set, you can order it in ascending order or descending order, however you want, including insertion order. But in linked hash set, you can only order it in the insertion order. Next point, a tree set is usually slower than a linked hash set. It is because whenever an element is added to a tree set, it has to perform the sorting operation. Finally, linked hash set allows the insertion of null values. However, we cannot insert a null value to tree set. So those are the three major differences between linked hash set and tree set. Finally, tree set versus hash set. So both tree set as well as the hash set implementations implement the set interface. However, there exist some differences between them. Unlike hash set, elements in tree set are stored in some order. It is because tree set implements a sorted set interface as well. So hash set does not have any order, but tree set will have some order for the elements. Next, the tree set provides some methods for easy navigation. For example, first, last, head set, tail set, etc. It is because tree set also implements a navigable set interface. Hash set is faster than tree set for basic operations like add, remove, contains, and size. Especially for add, because now hash set would just take the hash code and store the element in the set, whereas the tree set will have to sort all the elements inside the tree set before it can add any elements. So like that, there exists some performance issues. So that brings us to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much for listening. Hope to see you soon with a new lecture.